Let's go, Commanders fans. You guys know I'm an unabashed Jayden Daniels fanboy, but I'll be honest, I'm hearing so many people say, well, Jayden, the sophomore slump and all of that. Guess what? It's nonsense. He played fine in this game. It's not his fault the defense faltered yet again. So Deron Payne gets a big safety, and this run will look very similar to the run you saw a minute ago. The Cowboys have always had issues over the past 5 or so years getting good DTs, so why not put a lot of stress on them and force them to make plays in the run game? And Bill Krosky Merritt, you thought this was going to be an absolutely massive Bill game. You could see he loses his footing trying to do too much, and he can't make the safety miss. That could have been a big one. This is some brilliant sequencing here by Cliff Kingsbury. You know that this unit cannot stop the run. You tighten these splits, you bring in a heavy personnel, and guess what? You throw out of this. So let's start first with the actual protection. It's really good, but the play action fake obviously helps out with that in a major way. Okay, now let's take a look at these route concepts. You'll see at the bottom here, the journeyman Chris Moore, who's had a few good weeks here, he takes a switch release where the tight end goes here, and then now this guarantees a free release for him. And on this deep over, it's a foot race versus 14 on the way over here. And Jayden sees it. Yes, there is some pressure in his face. That's never really a problem for him. And look at where this ball ends up being placed. Boom. 14 left in the dust, and now it is indeed a foot race here. And Chris Moore almost wins it. What a player. Look at that. Look at you go, Chris. And once again, I still have no idea. Now, this is probably the single most egregious one I have seen. How am I the only person in all football media to make a big deal about this? He is scoring if he does not have a baggy undershirt. That is literally the only thing that holds him here. All right? If he's wearing a tighter underarm fitting shirt, that's not getting done right there. That's not the actual uniform. Third and goal. What are you doing? Jayden Daniels, you're not supposed to be this good only in year 2. So you have a rush 3, drop 8 with the QB spy, so it's really a drop 7, if you will. And Jayden doesn't like anything. And I get it. There's nothing open. It doesn't look like anything's open to the bottom. There's nothing open here. And there is some pressure right in his lap. So he helps out Connerly, and he just scoots back, waits for Zach Ertz to get into that space, and fading away throws an absolute strike for a walk-in tutty. I thought this was one of the worst calls of the game from Dan Quinn to go for 2 this early. I understand to go up by an even 3. It's just way, way, way too early to do that because this extra point is valuable. What if you score this and then you score another touchdown and an extra point? That makes it a 2-possession game. I just think it's too early. At the same time, this from Ertz could have been better. DaRon Bland's a fantastic player. This play call is really good. Jayden is rarely getting chased down from behind in that spot. So good play from the Cowboys as well. And Silver Spring here, and now you're down by 2 possessions. Just kick the extra point if it's that early in the game. So, once again, this pocket does hold up. It's starting to falter. Jayden sits in the pocket and makes a good throw to the sideline here to Golden. All right? It's very important that Terry McLaurin comes back pretty soon. 3rd and 9, and Jayden takes the safe option here to Chosen. I'll be honest, I don't have my all 22 copy just yet, or for some reason it's just not working. Jayden does need to get this off. I would have liked to have seen if this actually was open to McCaffrey or if this deep dig was open, but still there was an unblocked delayed blitzer, and Chosen does a good job of making this guy miss, and he almost makes another miss and pick up this first down. So good stuff right there by Chosen. 3rd and 5, and your back is up against the wall. The Cowboys show an all-out pressure, and they back out both the edges, okay? So they're saying, look, we're going to stop all the in breakers and also have some extra eyes here on Jayden Daniels for if he scrambles. Protection here is beautiful, okay? This guy is all the way in Silver Spring. Okay, this is really good stuff on this 3rd and 5 from the Commanders' offense. They show an all-out pressure right here, and guess what? The protection is really good. And look at this. This is a nasty block right here on 50. Okay, he's all the way in the heights. And now, look at this. Look at this. Really good stuff. So Jayden is able to buy the time needed to find Jacoby Lane down the field. Lane, of course, is known for his speed. At some point, he's going to get open. And, well, he does. Okay? Really, 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 really good stuff. And, yes, he does have to wait on it, but still, you get it done. 4th and 5, this was a tough day for Connerly. He gets beat off the edge by Overshown, and he's holding. All right, so there's really nothing Jayden could do other than throw the prayer up to Zach Ertz. And, well, some really good coverage, and they're able to make a 4th down stop. So this Commanders offense in this game was not great on early downs to start. All right, so now you're down by 12, and this time you get some early down momentum. There's a blitzer flying off the edge. We replace the blitzer with a throw to the running back into the flat. And McNichols, as many of you know, has been really good after the touch. You want to stay close to the sideline so you can stop the clock. And, man, that's a really good finish right there from 26. Really good stuff right here from Jayden Daniels. Laramie Tunsil gets beat off the edge. This is also a really deep drop. And Jayden steps up, 2 hands on the ball. And now you just got to be praying that this doesn't turn into a massive scramble. Jayden is able to pick up all these yards and then run towards the sideline as well. Okay, really, really, really good stuff right here. 2nd and 3, this is not only an elite play call, but an elite run. The last thing they're expecting you to do is run a draw right up the gut, take the football out of Jayden's hands. But look at this call right here by Cliff. This is well executed. You have lighter personnel out here as well. And if that's the case, we just want to wash these guys upfield. This is as good as it gets when it comes to play calling. And, of course, McNichols has been so good after the touch, whether it's a catch or a run. Breaks one tackle, breaks another, then boom. How did he stay on his feet? Jeremy McNichols! I didn't know you cosplayed as LaDainian Tomlinson. You're in the Big D, and you take it all the way in. Wow. I don't care. I'm giving him the tutty. If this was even a pull, this might have been a keep all the way. Look at the blocking by Bates. If you're a Commanders fan, you know how underrated he is, and you're able to get just enough for the tutty. Okay, this is a running back who makes this block. I think it's Chris Rodriguez. Whether it's him or McNichols, this is nasty. This is downright obliteration. Boom. Okay? In the shadows, you take him down to the shadow realm. This pancake is actually what gets this done for Jayden Daniels. Overshown is a freak athlete. Actually, no, that's Dante Fowler running it down from behind, and Jayden's able to pick up the 1st down. And, for brevity, I'm cutting out so many of the 1st and 2nd down calls. This Cowboys offense was really good on 1st and 2nd down. The problem is Jayden is arguably the best 3rd and long quarterback in the league because he can extend, he can break, contain, and then at the same time have the torque to throw against his body. Look at this float job. Boom. Okay, it's enough for a 1st down. Chris Moore continues his hot streak here. There you go. So I'm not going to show you the Jayden injury because it just hurts my feelings way too much. But the ball security aspect of it, that is always Jayden's number one goal, which is to not lose the game with bad ball security. Then the offensive line began to crumble. Okay, you see over the middle here that the left guard elects to let the DT go. He thinks the center is picking this up. He's not. Okay, so this is unblocked A-gap pressure. We never want that. So Mariota sees that, and, well, he's in a lot of trouble. Okay, the good thing is Jayden is running away from this. It's the baggy undershirt. It strikes again. It strikes again. Okay, I don't care. It slows him down some. So Mariota's able to keep his footing, and then, well, he decides to do this. Okay. Obviously, that ball was intended to go to the RB, and it's Deron Bland going the other way. Okay. This was not great from either quarterback when it comes to taking care of the football, right? Jayden has the fumble, and then, of course, you have this interception. Then, of course, the first and second down offensive play calling wasn't what it needed to be. And Jayden, of course, had some miracle third and long gains and first down pickups. But overall, it is important to note that the team that made it to the NFC Championship game wasn't one of the more talented teams to make the NFC Championship game in recent memories, right? Jayden really willed that team to that spot. So now, this Commanders roster, which is older, it's really lacking that juice defensively that you need to really make a push in the NFC, which is way stronger than the AFC. I'm still a big fan of Mariota as a backup, and as many of you know, I still think Jayden is very, very, very good, and I also think it's overstated, this slump, if you will, considering Jayden has been hurt, and his numbers were good outside of that fumble, but this entire operation, you really got to start asking some questions. So you guys let me know what you think of the film study, and we'll talk to you soon, okay? It is Power Hour NFL. Boom! Tonight, we are doing patties. Let's go.